The Hebrew text in the Bible has hidden formats. By revealing these formats, I will prove the first writer's words were hidden from you. These formats look like poetry. I would like to show you the 12 commandments listed in Exodus chapter 20, verses 1 through 17. These commandments are the agreement between our Creator and His nation Israel, and they agreed with our Creator that any father of a family or his wife who did not obey any of these 12 commandments, our Creator demanded them to bring Him a sin offering to their priest to be forgiven of their sin. Thus, our Creator defined the word sin as not obeying any one of these 12 commandments. Now I want to show you how I changed one word in Exodus 20, verse 26, the word bars to arches. And the words now reveal the style of the roof for His tent for meeting with Him, and the roof style for the house for meeting with Him. So who has been editing the first writer's words to hide this knowledge from you? Let me show you their words from the 1611 preface, which the translators inserted into the front of the English King James Bible in 1611. They gave 4 reasons for themselves to edit the Bible. The one I want to show you is the red arrow at the top, which points to the 3rd reason. By the light and feeling we attained unto ourselves. The next red arrow down points to them giving the title, the divine, to a clerk named Gregory. Now the next block of words, they point out they were happy that the first emperor of Rome changed our Creator's calendar by setting the year to the course of the sun. Behind this text means Nebuchadnezzar ordered his kingdom to follow our Creator's calendar when he stopped eating grass. Did you notice how the letter S in sun is capitalized? This is to give respect to the Egyptian sun god Ra. And you can also see they have an Egyptian obelisk in the Vatican's courtyard. The last arrow points to your reward for studying the Bible. Your reward is to have a fellowship with the saints and a participation of a heavenly nature that will never fade away. In their own words, I will say those men were not seeking to help people who are seeking knowledge from the first writers writing in the Hebrew text. I have an old Bible program that I use to help find a better word from the New American Standard's 1977 Concordance, which has the number of times they use that English word in a parenthesis for that Hebrew word. My revealing of the first writer's words will make the text read like the first writer had wrote them, and their words will take your belief to trusting our Creator. All right, welcome to the stream. Like you see up here at the top, that's what's going to, what I'm going to do. It's easy for anyone to do this. So I will get started. The earth is YHVH'S and all it contains. And all it contains the world. The world and those who dwell in it. And all it contains. The earth is YHVH'S, and all of it contains. That contains words playing with my head right off the bat. And all it contains. Okay, I'll just go for it. The world and those who dwell in it. Well, dwell is to live. So we can update that word and get rid of that word. And that's how I do editing. When I'm just replacing a word, I just want it to be noted that I'm replacing this word. If it gets a little bit farther from that, like a far shadow, I try to underline it and then recheck it several times. And if I don't agree with the word at all, and I know that the better word needs to be placed there, I will put it in gray highlighted text. Or no, gray text. Italicized, that's what I mean. And in it, those who dwell in it, on it. Not in it, on it. Wow, how can I miss that one so quickly? For he founded, he has founded upon the seas and established it upon the rivers. Who may ascend to the hill of YHVH, and who may stand in his holy place? And he who has clean hands and a pure heart, who has not lifted up his soul to falsehood, and has not sworn deceitfully, he will receive a blessing from YHVH and righteousness from the God of his salvation. This is the generation of those who seek him, who seek your face. And this is Jacob, and by this time everybody knows it's Israel. So that is wrong. Lift up your face. Well, I can see that the word even, that's not right. This word is supposed to go down here. It's Israelis. Israelis, lift up your heads. At the gates, and be lifted up, ancient doors, that the King of glory may come in. Who is the King of glory? YHVH strong and mighty, YHVH in battle. Lift up your heads, gates, and lift them up, ancient doors, that the King of glory may come in. Who is the King of glory? YHVH is the King of glory. Now, there's a lot that's wrong in this text. So I don't know what is going to be going on here. But now it's time to, now that I've found the verses, now I'm going to go try to find them again and try to separate the groups of words. The earth is YHVH and all it contains. The world and those, all it contains. I don't need this word and don't need this word. Earth and world already, or the earth is already here. So, and all it contains, and who live on it. Okay, now that's a subject, or a small paragraph. For he has founded it upon the seas and established it upon the rivers. And this does not go with it. Who may ascend unto the hill of YHVH, and who may stand in his holy place? Well, and that's because I'm dividing it because I'm reading down here, and this seems to be all about this who can do what it says up here. He who has clean hands and a pure heart. He who has clean hands and a pure heart. See how that kind of hooks together? Just as like this one here. This and then this. Founded upon the rivers and then this. But here, that's not like that. So, who has not lifted up his soul to falsehood. Now, they understood the soul gives life to the body. So, you can't lift up your soul. So, who has not lifted up, I don't think that would be right, but lifted up has to be combined together to mean a word. Who has not his soul, his body to falsehood. This here just doesn't seem to be the right words here. And has not sworn deceitfully. Well, that does look like it's going to do something like this. He will receive, well, this is not true at all. And I'm going to explain why. Let me get the text here. What happened to my font size? Man. All of a sudden my screen today has got the text so small I can hardly see it. The 12 commandments that I showed you in the beginning, this is our Creator coming in a cloud to speak to the people. And what our Creator says here, this is the agreement between Him and the nation Israel that He's just formed by bringing them out of Egypt. And these are a promise that He makes with them, that He will bless them in whatever. Bless means to have ease and comfort in life is the main reason, I guess the main way to say it right now. And then the people have to agree with Him about these 12. And they also agreed that their descendants will also follow them to stay within His nation. So this text that I just got done reading, where is it? He will receive blessings from YV. That is not true, because this has nothing to do with it. It's about receiving or obeying the 12. Well, actually, there's statutes, and then there's the commandments, then there's laws, and then there's guidelines, I guess the best way I've been able to say it. All those you must do to receive blessings from our Creator. You must not disobey any of the commandments, because He's set up His whole tent for meeting with Him, as those that do not obey any one of those, or the head of the family, the male or female do not do any of the or disobey any of the 12 commandments, they must bring a sin offering. So those are your sins. Those are 12 sins. And if you didn't bring them, you were outcast. You were sent away. So you will receive a blessing from YV. This is just not true. I can't allow an untrue statement to exist. And righteousness from the God of his salvation. Well, okay, let's put it this way. Let me put this back up here. And righteousness from the God of his salvation. Now, this is not true either. Righteousness is a word that is used to describe the male and female who are most obedient to our Creator. Example, Noah, he was a righteous man. Abraham, a righteous man. They both put our Creator above themselves and above the family, so that's what made them righteous. You can't use the word righteous comes from the God when we know that our Creator's name, I use the letters YV, and I guess I should have explained that before too long. But here, what happens is in the English text translation, we find these letters, and then Strong's give us two words. But sometimes in the Hebrew language, the H is silent, so you'll see this word here as his name. But the thing here is no J, O, or W are in the Hebrew language. So any word that has these letters in it is farther away. So we don't have this. We have this. And then we have something like this. And when you understand that the way the Hebrews pronounce it is Yahweh, so the thing here is why not just use YH? So those are the two letters that are pronounced. Everybody's trying to put in vowels, but actually, if you just pronounce the two letters, that's as close as you're going to get to his name. So I've decided just to use the two English letters, and I say YV or Yahweh at different times. Okay. He will receive blessings for Yahweh and righteousness from his God. Our Creator, he's confused. Our salvation comes through the promises from our Creator, YV. And that is known at David's time. It is known at Abraham's time, but not so much understanding that where his kingdom is going to be is in heaven, because only in Nathan announcing to David about through his son's seed shall come a king, and he will have a kingdom in heaven forever and ever. That's the reason why we are going to heaven. So the thing here is from the God of his salvation. Jesus is not the God of his salvation. Our Creator has many titles. Our Creator, our Father, our Lord, the God? No. We understand that YV is, and that defines who he is. So the thing here is in righteousness from the God of his salvation. This is just, both these verses are just completely wrong. This is the generation of those who seek him. Now him must be our Creator. This is the generation who seeks him, and that would be Jesus. Now we got Jesus, not our Creator. This is the generation of those who seek him, who looks for him, not seeks him, looks for him. Seek is the wrong word. Let me see what the concordance says. I wonder if it has seek, call, looks. It's got look twice, so, but it's not as many times as seek or inquire, which you wouldn't do inquire, but you would be. They were all waiting for for him to show up in the land of the living. So this is the generation. Let me see something here. This is the generation. Okay. This is the generation now. Here I could put this is the first generation of us who are looking for him, because Jesus doesn't appear, and it's not really known about Jesus until David's knowledge about Jesus. This has to be I want to say first. And this is the first generation. Not of those this is the generation. It's the first generation who is to look for him. Is to look for him. Okay. Now that, I guess, hooks together. Although look for him. This is almost a double of what this is being said. I've got it saying this. Look for him. Look for his face. This goes up here, but it hooks with those words. Okay, Israelis, lift up your heads. There is no ancient doors, and the gates everybody walks through. Lift your heads up at your gate. Israelis, lift up your head. And this still has to be tied together. Israelis, lift up your heads. And this would be our king, not the king. They would know that they're waiting for our king. And he is Jesus. He's not may come. That's wrong. Not that they may come. Lift up your heads for our king. When I do this, I really start looking for the little words first that kind of make it more the way the first person would write it. For our king is coming. Now, is a promise from our Creator, so it is coming. They've just been told that, so they needed to change that, and this word is not here. Lift up your heads, Israelis, lift up your heads, for our king is coming. Our king is coming. Okay. Who is the King of glory? Now, this is not really right here. Who is the King of glory? They already had a name for Jesus, and I'm going to show you that. Here in Psalm 149, it says, praise the Lord, and we find this Hebrew word, and this is, I believe, his name. Because when we say sing to the Lord, which is YV, and I would put YV here, sing to YV in a new song and praise him in the congregation. It's not praising YV because it's the new song and his praise in the congregation. Praise who? Praise Yah in the congregation of you righteous ones. There's no such thing as a man becoming God. So that just distorts the title God. Let Israel be glad in his maker. This would be YV. And let the sons of Zion, which is the sons in Jerusalem, rejoice in their king. See, now we know that this Yah is going to be a king. And then again, it says, let us praise his name. So this here has to be his name as Yah. Now, there are many verses that, that's in the text side. I haven't got all my quick buttons to work yet, but I will have text of showing many verses about Yah and how he's related to the Holy One who's coming. So, but this verse is the one that I really point to that is saying who his name is Yah. They gave him his name. So Yah is our king. YV is strong and mighty in battle. Now this, YV is our might in battle, but YV, this degrades our Creator of specifically saying, like we know that he's only strong and mighty in battle, and yet he doesn't do either of these. YV is our strength and might. Let me try that. Is our And I don't like trying to make these verses mine. Strength and might. Did I change that too much? Because, yeah, we know who, I know that, yeah, Yah is our king, and that has to be our king. No, that refers, Yah is our king with glory, not of glory, with glory. Because now if I have with glory here, glory is defined by you being able to speak about our Creator. Okay, it's not the secular dictionary glory that you're thinking. And the text, that is your glory once you're obedient to our Creator, that you talk about our Creator, talk about Jesus, talk about, and this is your glory to be able to speak about our Creator. So YV is our King with glory. Now, is has to be, he's coming from our Creator, so this is noted just like this. This should be, because they only know this because our Creator said it. So I try to highlight, yeah, I guess maybe I should do like this to at least represent that our Creator is the one who said this, and it's Jesus who we're talking about when it comes down to King. For our King is coming. Yah is our King with glory. With YV, he is his strength and might. Yah is our King with glory. By YV, he is strong. He is. Oh, I gotta get rid of that is. He is strong and mighty. And then have to bring that letter back. Yah is our King with glory. And this has to be coming from our Creator. For why Yah is our King with glory. With YV, he is strong and mighty. So, yeah, I guess the word with, it would be all capital letters. Oops. With, meaning, Jesus read. Oh, I shouldn't have done that yet. Can't do that yet, because I'm going to do that, and the red highlight will, you won't be able to see those letters. He is strong and mighty. Okay, now that means that verse and this verse. Mighty and mighty in battle. Lift up your heads. And they surely want this ancient doors opened up. So this is a repeat of being said. This has been said. Yah, he is the King of our glory. Then no, this is, I'm going to get rid of that as well. because there's not much that's hooking with it. Now that I've got an idea what's going on here, let me come down here. Although you can see that you can see the two verse taking effect here in the text here. So I got that definitely wrong. And this one is out. Can't have his soul. So now they must be talking about Jesus up here. But this and this and this. Well, if I got 2, 2, 2, then this one's out. Right? That one's out now. Who has not lifted up falsehood? Need a little bit more air conditioning on there. Let's see, that was already added, so I'm behind the game here a little bit. The earth is YHVH'S and all it contains, and who lives on it. This just isn't meeting the 2-verse format where he founded it upon the seas. This almost is a flat world view here. And established it upon the rivers. I'm looking at that. That doesn't make any sense. But that actually is a 4-verse. Who may ascend into the hill of YHVH? I missed that the first time. Who may ascend into the hill of YHVH, and who may stand in his holy place? Who may ascend? Uh-oh. Okay, hold on. They know the story of Jesus is to the promise to David and to the rest of us entering into heaven, that Jesus's kingdom is going to be in heaven. Now, the word hill here is wrong. I think I have that word up. Let me see if I can find this and bring this up. Did I have it marked? Is this going to pop up? Okay. Hey, it works. Okay, so far I'm working on this text thing right now. So what this is the study of Psalm 70 or 48 verse 2. And this tells us where heaven is located from earth. So I guess I haven't. And I don't want that. So 1. I don't want that neither. I want it shifted over. Anyways, tells us where heaven is located from earth. In the New American Standard Bible, it says Mount Zion in the far north. Okay, forget this. This is not making sense. But beautiful in elevation, the joy of the whole earth, is Mount Zion in the far north. The North Star, far north, the star's motion makes this mountain. Okay, so it's not really a Mount Zion, but it is the mountain of our Creator, Mount Zion. Or I want to shorten it up to say it's like abbreviated Mount. Is the mountain is. If I say a mountain, that's rounded up there and there's level, but that's not it. But our Creator lives above there in heaven. The star's motions is the second heaven, or in the second heaven. Now you know where Moses raised his staff and asked for a plague to happen, where Jesus raised the bread and looked to heaven and asked for a blessing to feed the people. Okay, so here now we know Mount Zion in the far north, and in heaven is where Jesus is going to live. Now the thing here is if we go through all the other verses, and it's the kingdom of a great king will be there, or will Jesus be there? But I haven't got to it. This Bible here, and I guess they're related, copied word for word, okay? But all these other ones, high and beautiful, fair in situation, the uttermost parts of the north. I mean, when they try to come in here towards the north, on the north ridge, Mount Zion towards the north. Let me do this to all these because I've got to do this. This is the King James, on the sides of the north. So they have, every one of the Bibles has this wrong, okay? And you're going to see that a lot of them have the same meaning. But the object is I went and pulled this through. All these together have on the sides. These down here will have, oops, are they still the same? The side of the north. Oops, that isn't right. Because it's just amazing. You can tell this is the first time I'm opening this up. So it's just that none of them get it right except for the New American Standard Bible. Here's the north slopes, north sides again. I mean, but, you know, they are corrupting the text because they have to change words to own the copyrights to sell you a book. So they really aren't being truthful, okay? They just want to make money. At the heights of Zephyr, okay. Oh, now they all got the Zephyr here. Rising splendidly. Yeah, resembles the peak of Zephron. Okay. I mean, talk about some corrupt text. The whole world rejoices to see it. Okay. Mount Zion, the holy mountain. They left the words out completely. Okay. True sacred. Truly sacred. The stars in heaven are truly sacred. See, once you get knowing the answers, you'll find that there's just so much corruption in these Bibles. They aren't really trying to do anything but sell you the book and deceive you. So that's one of the reasons why I used New American Standard. It was more descriptive with text being more when I was looking at them back in the 80s. Then along come the computer and this Bible program of the with New American Standard Concordance, which is just awesome. They tell us how many words they use for words, and I can show you that the word boy is used for the word girl. But yeah, this is what I try to do just to clean it up, to say, okay, all right, now that's, I guess this is where I go and try to edit it and show you what I'm doing here. Yeah, but okay. Now it's prepped for the next time I use it. I don't have to do all that. But that's the hill. Who may ascend to the hill of YV? Who may ascend to the mountain for YV? Not of YV, for YV. The stars are his mountain. Okay? So hill ends up being Mount Zion. Okay? Mount Zion for YV. Who may, that's wrong, who ascends, not into, to, not Mount Zion for YV, who may stand in his, this would be our Creator, place is actually heaven. Okay, that's heaven, his holy place. Okay, holy place is heaven. Oh boy. He who has clean hands, that has nothing to do with that. Our Creator chose him, so we have to find the words there and chose him. He founded on the sea, he established it. And the funny thing is here, this writer doesn't seem to know how they use the word land and ground. The land is the surface you can see. The ground is underneath it. Because you can see in the rivers the ground, or the land, the river has land. So to establish the land upon the rivers is wrong. Okay? And established the rivers. He made the seas, not founded, he made the seas. Yeah. He made the seas and established the rivers. That cleans that up. Who ascend? Because Jesus is chosen, I've got to find out how this Yah ascends to the mountain of Zion, and he will stand in his heaven. Not stand, he will live. He will live in heaven. Boy, because this is Jesus, I got a capital letter and make it red. And will, well, this is our Creator's decision here, so, and will live in his heaven. And we know who is he, so we can just put Yah here. Yah will ascend. And these are our Creator's words here. Yah will ascend to heaven. Yah will ascend to Mount Zion. And that's not really, he will ascend above Mount Zion for YV and will live in his heaven. Not into at all. It ascend above. By the way, this is also, the Greeks made it Mount Olympus, okay? Just for you to know. This is not going to hook with anything else, so that's all. And these are Jesus. This Jesus. Okay, now that I've got this far, let me clean it up again. It's getting there, and it's got a format too, so I just don't know if it's 4-verse or 2-verse yet. Interesting. So now we have words here that this combines, that doesn't. They look like they're going to be just a 2-verse because they all don't hook. There's possibility, but it doesn't. This one doesn't. These don't do that either. So what I'm going to do is now just try to put the correct spacing to make it look more like poetry when you see it. Okay. Because there's not much text here, I can get rid of these numbers now. Okay, the earth is YHVH's and all it contains, for he has made the seas and established the rivers. The earth is YHVH's and all it contains. He has made the seas and established the rivers. Don't need the word for. Yah will ascend above Mount Zion for YHVH and will live in his heaven. YHVH will ascend. I don't need this word. Yah will ascend Mount Zion. Don't need the word to. That's good. YHVH will ascend Mount Zion for YHVH. And this is our creators. And will live in his heaven. Yah has not, Yah will not. Now, this is just wishful thinking by those that were writing, but it is a new song to our Creator about praising our King. So, whoops, did it again. Because if oh, it's green, so yeah, it can work. I thought I was going to do it red, so. Yah will not give in to falsehood. And will not sworn deceitfully. I don't need the word sworn. Will not be deceitfully. And I think that would be, be deceitful would be more correct, and will not be deceitful. Yah will not give in to falsehoods. Lift up. Let's do that. Let's take a look at lift up. Lift up. Lift up. Bear, bring, carry, fetch, forgive. I was thinking forgive falsehoods. Receive, show, lift, lifted. They only have grant or granted. I don't like any of them. I'm more, and I'm going to have to make them gray text then, because that's what I do. I'm not trying to fool you. I'm just trying to say that lifted up, no, it's not right. So, oh damn. I wonder how long that was like that. Okay, I was talking about lifted up. That would have been back here, and I put the word give in. And then I corrected will not here and be seat, and I edited this. Sorry about that. I do I start concentrating on things and just I'm excited to see the text. The earth is YHVH's and all it contains. He has made the seas and established the rivers. Yah will ascend Mount Zion for Yah. In fact, I don't need this. We know what Mount Zion is, and will live in his heaven. For Yah will not give into false, will not be deceitful. Now that and that, lifting up your heads and look for him. And then what we have is missing verses. And that, my friends, is how you find the little hidden formats and reveal the first writer's words. Now, oops, let me take care of that. Go up here. Go like that. And not this. We are. We are. And let me look to see if I could find any more to make it more first person. The earth is YHVH's and all it contains. He has made the seas and established the rivers. Yah will ascend Mount Zion and will live in his heaven. For Yah will not give into falsehood and will not be deceitful. We are the first generation who is to look for him. Israelis, lift up your head, for our king is coming. Yah is our king with glory. With YHVH is mighty and strong. You know what? Maybe it isn't a lost verse at all. Get rid of this crap. And that's what I'm going to do. And then this is like this, and this is like this. Well, I got to come back and do that, but this is all out. Then this and that hook together. This will hook together, and that'll hook together. And I need that to come down here. Like this. Do this. And look at how there it is. Now, as to who wrote this, because I like playing this game. Now, we know that it's the first generation who is to look for him. Now, that's kind of easy. Who would write this? David wouldn't write this. This is not David's style. The earth is YHVH's and all it contains. Yah will ascend to Zion and will live. For Yah will not give in to falsehood and will not be deceitful. We are the first generation who is to look for him. Israel's, lift up your heads, for your king is coming. Yah is our king with glory. With would be from our creator. With YHVH, he is strong and mighty. Possibly Nathan's words. Possibly Nathan's words. I'm going to say it's Nathan's words. And I think that is it. You can't get any better than that. That is what really makes me happy. Yeah, let me show you. This is how David writes. This is his understanding. Now, who's ever writing this has a lot of skill in writing. That is just beautiful writing, but he's writing for David. Then, where is, oops. This is how a priest lives his life. And that is unique to find, because you aren't going to find that anywhere else in the text. This is just stunning information. But this has to be within the first years of the 50 years of in the Promised Land. So the thing here is it's not complete. And like other pieces I'm finding, I'm leaving them in. For example, here you can see that this is a second piece because this does not connect to this at all. And then when I tried to make it Jesus, it didn't work. So I don't want to go through the work again, because this is what dates this text right here. So this here might go someplace else with other pieces. I don't know. A lot of times I have found pieces that you could put together and it was going to read and you can't even tell it. I mean, the writing style is pretty much exact. Otherwise I wouldn't be sticking them together. But that is Psalm 24. That only took an hour today. That's pretty good.